This is not just another winter storm. What's about to hit the United States in the next 72 hours will rewrite weather history books. We retracking a monster system that's going to dump up to 2 feet of snow, over 1 inch of catastrophic ice, and bring life-threatening cold to over 150 million Americans from Texas to Maine. And here's what nobody else is telling you. The computer models just shifted dramatically in the last 3 hours, and some areas are now looking at double the snow we predicted this morning. Stay with me because at the 30-second mark, I am revealing which major city just got upgraded to extreme impact status. And if you are anywhere between Dallas and Boston, the next 4,000 words could literally save your life or your property. The National Weather Service has issued a state of emergency across 14 states. That's Texas, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and New York. This is the most widespread winter emergency declaration we've seen since the historic storm of February 2021. But this one is different. This one has staying power. Here is your first reward for staying with me. If you are in Nashville, Tennessee, I need you to listen very carefully. The latest high-resolution model run shows you transitioning from 5 inches of snow directly into a devastating ice storm starting tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We talking about ice accumulation that could snap power lines and leave you without electricity for up to a week in temperatures that will drop to 0 degrees. Let me paint you the complete picture, frame by frame, city by city, hour by hour. Because this isn't just about snow totals or ice measurements. This is about understanding exactly when your world is going to change and what you need to do right now to prepare. Let us start in Texas because that's where this nightmare begins tonight. If you are in Dallas-Fort Worth, freezing rain is already starting to coat your highways as I am recording this. By 9 p.m. tonight, Interstate 35 from San Antonio through Austin and up to Dallas is going to be a skating rink. I'm talking about black ice conditions that you cannot see until you already sliding. The Texas Department of Transportation has already pre-positioned salt trucks, but here's the problem. When temperatures drop below 15 degrees, salt stops working effectively. And we are forecasting 11 degrees in Dallas by Tuesday morning. Houston, you are not off the hook. Normally you dodge these winter systems, but not this time. Ice is going to begin accumulating in the northern suburbs by tomorrow afternoon. We reforecasting a 1/4 inch of ice in areas like the Woodlands and Conroe. That might not sound like much, but combined with 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts, that's enough to bring down tree limbs and power lines. San Antonio, you looking at your coldest temperatures since 1989. We are forecasting 19 degrees on Tuesday morning with ice accumulation starting tomorrow night. If you have exposed pipes, protect them now. Not tomorrow, now. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, this is where things get really interesting. You are sitting right in the bullseye for the heaviest snow. Let me break down your timeline minute by minute. Right now, at this very moment, light snow is beginning to develop northwest of Oklahoma City. By midnight tonight, that light snow intensifies into heavy snowfall rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour. By 6 a.m. Saturday morning, you'll have 6 inches on the ground. But we not done. The heaviest snow hits Saturday afternoon between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. During those 6 hours, we are forecasting snowfall rates up to 4 inches per hour. That's not a typo. 4 inches per hour. By Sunday morning at 6 a.m., Oklahoma City, you are looking at a total of 15 inches of snow. Tulsa, you might even hit 18 inches. But here is the twist nobody saw coming. The European model that just came in at 2 p.m. today shows a secondary band of heavy snow developing Sunday morning that could add another 3 to 4 inches on top of what I just mentioned. We talking about potential 20-inch snowfall totals in Tulsa. When's the last time Tulsa saw 20 inches of snow? Try never in the modern record-keeping era. Kansas City, Topeka, Wichita, you were in a tricky spot. You were on the northern edge of the heavy snow, which means small shifts in the storm track make huge differences. Right now, Kansas City, we are forecasting 6 to 10 inches. Topeka, 4 to 8 inches. Wichita, you are borderline anywhere from 3 inches to 8 inches, depending on how far north that snow shield extends. The next model run at 8 p.m. tonight will be critical for you. Check back for updates. Now let us talk about the ice storm of the century developing along the Mississippi River Valley. Shreveport, Monroe, Vicksburg, Tupelo, Memphis. This is where I am genuinely concerned for your safety. Here's your specific timeline. Shreveport, freezing rain begins tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Light at first, just a glaze. By tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m., freezing rain intensifies. Moderate to heavy freezing rain continues from 4 p.m. Saturday all the way through 6 a.m. Monday morning. That's 38 consecutive hours of freezing rain. We reforecasting ice accumulation of 1.2 inches in Shreveport. Trees that have stood for 100 years are going to snap like toothpicks. Monroe, Louisiana, you are looking at the same timeline, but potentially even worse accumulation. 1.5 inches of ice is possible. The weight of that much ice on power lines, we're talking about widespread catastrophic infrastructure damage. Power companies are already bringing in crews from neighboring states, but there's only so much they can do when you have ice covering everything. Vicksburg, Mississippi, you're right in the crosshairs. Ice accumulation over 1 inch starting Saturday evening and continuing through Sunday night. The Mississippi River bridges could become impassable. If you need to evacuate, do it before Saturday at noon. Tupelo, same story. Over 1 inch of ice, possibly approaching 1.5 inches in the higher elevations east of town. The National Weather Service office in Memphis issued a statement 3 hours ago that I want to read to you directly. They said, "This has the potential to be the most destructive ice storm in northern Mississippi since the historic ice storm of 1994. Some of you remember that storm. Power was out for 2 weeks in some areas. Memphis, Tennessee, you're getting a double whammy. First, 4 to 6 inches of snow Friday night into Saturday morning. Then you transition to sleet Saturday afternoon. Then Saturday night into Sunday, you flip to freezing rain. Ice accumulation of 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. Combine that with wind gusts of 25 miles per hour, and you've got a recipe for massive power outages. The temperature Monday morning, 1 degree. 1 degree in Memphis. If you lose power, that is life-threatening cold. Little Rock, Arkansas, your forecast has been all over the place, and I want to explain why. You are sitting right on the rain-snow line, and a shift of just 20 miles makes the difference between 8 inches of snow and 2 inches of ice. Based on the latest models, here's what I think happens. Snow begins Friday night at 10 p.m. Heavy snow Saturday morning, accumulating 4 to 6 inches by noon. Then Saturday afternoon, you start mixing with sleet. By Saturday night at 8 p.m., you are all freezing rain. Ice accumulation of 1/2 inch before transitioning back to snow Sunday morning. Final snow total, 7 to 9 inches with a 1/2 inch ice layer in the middle. Roads are going to be a disaster. Nashville, I mentioned you earlier, and I need to come back to you because your forecast just got significantly worse. The 0-hour model run shows you getting hammered. Snow begins Saturday at 6 a.m. By 2 p.m. Saturday, you have 5 inches of snow on the ground. Then at 8 p.m. Saturday night, here comes the warm air aloft. You transition to sleet, then freezing rain. Heavy freezing rain continues all day Sunday. Ice accumulation of 0.75 inches. That's 3/4 of an inch of ice on top of 5 inches of snow. Power outages are not a question of if, but when and for how long. The forecast low Monday morning is 0 degrees. 0. If you have a fireplace, stock up on firewood today. If you have a generator, test it today. If you have elderly neighbors, check on them today. Louisville, Kentucky, Lexington, you are in the jackpot zone for snow, but there's uncertainty. Here is the deal. If the warm air aloft stays south of you, you are looking at 12 to 15 inches of all snow. That's the best case scenario if you are a snow lover. If that warm air pushes 30 miles north, you get 8 inches of snow, then you mix with sleet and freezing rain, cutting your totals down. Right now, I'm forecasting Louisville 11 to 14 inches, Lexington 9 to 13 inches. The spread is wide because we are still fine-tuning that warm air position. Updates every 3 hours. Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, you are solidly in the heavy snow zone. Cincinnati 10 to 14 inches Saturday into Sunday. Columbus 9 to 12 inches. Cleveland 7 to 10 inches. The snow starts Saturday morning and doesn't stop until Sunday afternoon. 30 hours of continuous snowfall. Snowfall rates peak Saturday night at 2 to 3 inches per hour. If you've got Super Bowl plans Sunday, cancel them. Nobody else going anywhere. Indianapolis, you are looking at 8 to 11 inches. Fort Wayne, 7 to 10 inches. South Bend, 5 to 8 inches. The farther north you go, the less snow, which seems backwards, but that's how this system is set up. St. Louis, you're in a tough spot similar to Little Rock. The models show you getting 4 to 8 inches of snow, but there's a chance of mixing with sleet that could cut those totals. I am leaning towards 6 inches total with some sleet mixed in. Now let's jump to the southeast where the ice storm threat is expanding. Atlanta, Georgia, this is not going to be like Snowmageddon 2014. This is going to be worse because it's ice, not snow. Freezing rain begins Sunday at 2 a.m. Heavy freezing rain Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through 6 p.m. Ice accumulation of 1/2 an inch to 3/4 of an inch north and east of the city. Downtown Atlanta, 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. The northeastern suburbs, places like Duluth, Beaufort, Gainesville, you could see 3/4 of an inch. Highway 95, Interstate 85, they're going to be shut down. Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, expect massive delays and cancellations Sunday and Monday. Charlotte, North Carolina, ice begins Sunday at 6 a.m. Heavy freezing rain all day Sunday. Ice accumulation of 1/2 an inch. The areas that got destroyed by Hurricane Helene just 4 months ago, places like Asheville, Hendersonville, you are getting hit again. Ice accumulation up in the mountains could exceed 1 inch. Power restoration is still ongoing from Helene in some remote areas. This ice storm could knock out power that was just restored. Raleigh, Durham, you are looking at 1/4 to 1/2 an inch of ice Sunday into Monday. Not as bad as Charlotte, but still enough for significant impacts. Columbia, South Carolina, ice begins Sunday morning. Accumulation of 1/4 inch to 0.4 inches, enough to cause problems but not catastrophic. Richmond, Virginia, this is where it gets interesting. You start as snow Saturday night, 4 to 6 inches by Sunday morning, then you transition to freezing rain Sunday afternoon. Ice accumulation of 1/4 to 1/2 an inch on top of the snow. What a mess. Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, you are getting buried in snow. Let me give you the timeline. Snow begins Saturday at 6 p.m., light at first. By midnight Saturday, snow is heavy, falling at 1 to 2 inches per hour. All day Sunday, continuous moderate to heavy snow. By Sunday at 6 p.m., you have 10 to 14 inches on the ground. Then Sunday night, here's the kicker, you transition to freezing rain. Another 1/4 inch of ice on top of all that snow. The snow finally ends Monday morning. Total accumulation, 11 to 15 inches of snow plus ice. Reagan National Airport, Dulles, BWI all shut down Sunday and likely Monday too. Baltimore, same forecast as D.C., 12 to 15 inches of snow plus 1/4 inch of ice. Philadelphia, you are getting absolutely hammered. Snow begins Saturday at 8 p.m. Heavy snow all day Sunday. Snowfall rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour at times. By Monday morning, you are looking at 15 to 18 inches. The Schuylkill Expressway is going to be a parking lot. SEPTA is going to have major delays. If you don't need to go out Sunday or Monday, Don T, New York City, here we go. Snow begins Saturday night at 10 p.m. Moderate snow overnight. Heavy snow all day Sunday. This is going to be a top 5 snowstorm for New York City if the models verify. We reforecasting 14 to 17 inches in Central Park. Brooklyn, Queens, similar totals. Long Island, you could see 18 inches on the eastern end. JFK, LaGuardia, Newark, all closed Sunday. The subway is going to be a mess. Metro North, Long Island Railroad expects suspensions of service. But here is the plot twist for New York. Late Sunday night, there's a possibility you mix with sleet and freezing rain before it ends Monday morning. If that happens, it's going to create a layer of ice on top of all that snow that will make cleanup even harder. Boston, Providence, Hartford, you're in the bullseye. The absolute jackpot zone. Let me break this down carefully. Snow begins Sunday at 2 a.m. By Sunday at noon, you have 8 inches on the ground. Heavy snow continues all day, Sunday and Sunday night. The heaviest snow hits Sunday evening from 6 p.m. to midnight. During that time, snowfall rates of 3 to 4 inches per hour. I am not exaggerating. 3 to 4 inches per hour. By Monday morning at 6 a.m., Boston, you're looking at 20 to 24 inches of snow. Providence, 18 to 22 inches. Hartford, 16 to 20 inches. Worcester, you could see 26 inches. This is going to be the biggest snowstorm Boston has seen since the blizzard of 2015. Logan Airport closed. The T shut down. The Massachusetts Turnpike impassable. Governor already announced state offices will be closed Monday. Portland, Maine, you are getting clipped with 8 to 12 inches. Bangor, 6 to 10 inches. Not the main event, but still significant. Vermont, New Hampshire, upstate New York, you are looking at widespread 8 to 14 inches. The ski resorts are going to be very happy. Everyone else, not so much. Now, here is the part that is going to affect everyone, even if you don't get snow or ice. The cold, the life-threatening, historic cold that is coming behind this storm. Let me give you the temperature forecast for Tuesday morning because that is when the coldest air arrives. Dallas, 11 degrees. Oklahoma City, 13 degrees. Little Rock, 1 degree. Memphis, 1 degree. Nashville, 0 degrees. Atlanta, 14 degrees. Charlotte, 18 degrees. Raleigh, 22 degrees. Louisville, 8 degrees. Cincinnati, 6 degrees. Columbus, 4 degrees. Cleveland, 7 degrees. Indianapolis, 5 degrees. Chicago, -8 degrees. Minneapolis, -22 degrees. Fargo, -35 degrees. But those are just the temperatures. Add in the wind, and the wind chill values are absolutely brutal, life-threatening. Fargo, wind chill of -65 degrees. Minneapolis, -45 degrees. Chicago, -25 degrees. Even in Dallas, the wind chill Tuesday morning will be -5 degrees. In Dallas, the National Weather Service has issued wind chill warnings and cold weather advisories from Montana to Texas. Frostbite can occur in less than 5 minutes in some areas. If you outside, exposed skin will freeze. Hypothermia is a real risk. Bring your pets inside. Check on elderly neighbors. Make sure your car has an emergency kit. Charge your phone. Fill up your gas tank. Stock up on food and water in case you lose power. How long is this cold going to last? Not just a day or two. The Climate Prediction Center has 6 to 10 day outlook shows below average temperatures persisting across the entire eastern 2/3 of the United States through early February. We talking about a sustained cold snap that could last 2 weeks or more. And here's the teaser I promised earlier. There are signals in the long-range models for another major winter storm next week. Around February 1st or 2nd, we seeing energy diving out of the Pacific Northwest, phasing with another system in the southern plains, potentially setting up for round 2. It's too early to know specifics, but if you live anywhere from Texas to Maine, you need to be aware this pattern is not going away anytime soon. Let me talk about impacts and what you need to do right now. If you in the ice storm zone, charge everything. Your phone, your tablet, your laptop, any battery packs you have. Fill your bathtub with water. If the power goes out, you will need water for flushing toilets. Stock up on non-perishable food that doesn't require cooking. Peanut butter, crackers, canned goods. Get batteries for flashlights. Do not use candles for light. The fire risk is too high. If you have a generator, make sure you run it outside, never in a garage or enclosed space. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills people every winter storm. If you in the heavy snow zone, make sure you have a snow shovel, rock salt, or ice melt for your walkways. Stock up on food. Don T. plan on going to the grocery store Sunday or Monday. Make sure you have prescription medications filled. If you have a snowblower, make sure it's working now, not Sunday morning when you need it. For everyone, stay off the roads if possible. I cannot stress this enough. The most dangerous part of winter storms isn't to the snow or ice itself. It's people driving in conditions they were not prepared for. If you must drive, go slow. Give yourself 3 times the normal stopping distance. Keep your gas tank at least half full. Have blankets, water, snacks in your car in case you get stranded. Check on your neighbors, especially the elderly and those who live alone. This storm has the potential to be deadly for vulnerable populations. A simple phone call or knock on the door could save a life. Now, I want to address something important. I'm not trying to scare you. I am trying to prepare you. There's a difference. Fear without action is panic. Knowledge with preparation is power. You have time right now to get ready. Use it wisely. Let me give you the resources you need. The National Weather Service website, weather.gov, has the most up-to-date warnings and forecasts for your specific location. Local power companies have outage maps and restoration estimates. Check their websites or apps. Download weather apps that send you alerts. Make sure your phone's emergency alerts are turned on. Here's what I need from you. Drop a comment below telling me where you relocated. I am going to do another update in 6 hours with the latest model data, and I want to give you personalized forecasts. If you are in Memphis, tell me. If you are in Boston, tell me. If you are anywhere in between, tell me. I am reading every single comment, and I will respond with specific information for your area. The models are updating every 6 hours. The next major model run comes in at 8 p.m. tonight. I'll have a new video up by 9 p.m. with any changes. Make sure you resubscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss it. This storm is evolving rapidly. What I'm telling you right now is based on the best available data as of 3 p.m. Friday afternoon. By tonight, some details will change. Snow totals might go up or down by a few inches. Ice accumulation might shift north or south by 50 miles. That's the nature of forecasting. But the big picture, the overall threat, that S locked in. This is going to be a historic, destructive, dangerous winter storm affecting over 150 million Americans. The infrastructure damage is going to be significant. Power outages lasting days, possibly weeks in the worst-hit areas. Roads impassable for days. Schools closed, probably into next week in many areas. Airports shut down. Supply chains disrupted. This is going to have ripple effects for a week or more. But we're going to get through this together. I'll be here every step of the way with updates, answering your questions, providing the information you need. That's my commitment to you. Before I go, let me recap the key points. Winter storm warnings in effect for over 100 million people from New Mexico to Massachusetts. Ice storm warnings for areas from Texas to Georgia where over 1 inch of ice is possible. Snowfall totals of 1 to 2 feet likely from Oklahoma to New England. Life-threatening cold behind the storm with wind chills below -60 in some areas. This is a multi-day high-impact event. Prepare now. The next 72 hours are critical. Stay informed, stay safe, take care of each other, and remember, comment below with your location so I can give you personalized updates in the next video. One more thing. After this storm clears out Monday and Tuesday, we're not done. I mentioned the signals for another system next week. The long-range pattern is locked into a very active, very cold regime. If you live in the eastern United States, the next 2 weeks are going to be challenging. Stay tuned for more updates. I'll see you in 6 hours with the next